This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Body of man found along George Lee Boulevard in Pontmore. The body of a man was discovered along George Lee Boulevard in Pontmore, St. Catherine Wednesday evening. According to eyewitnesses, he was thrown from a vehicle onto the roadway. The incident reportedly happened around 8 p.m. It is unclear if the man was killed before being thrown from the vehicle. The scene was cordoned off by the police. Westmoreland cops target bikers to curb crash deaths. With 40 road fatalities resulting from motorcycle crashes in Westmoreland since the start of the year, the police have launched a new campaign to get unruly motorcyclists to fall in line and reduce the number of deadly accidents. Over the past 9.5 months, there have been 40 deaths from the 33 fatal accidents across the parish. 29 of those crashes included motorcycles. According to Senior Superintendent Wayne Josephs, head of the Westmoreland Police Division, most of the motorcycle accidents are taking place along Norman Manley Boulevard in the Negril Police Area, along New Hope and the Bay Road in the Little London Police Area, Truro in the Frome Police Area, and along the White House Road and the Petersfield Road in the White House and the Whithorn Police areas, respectively. Joseph said that effective immediately, motorcyclists will no longer be allowed to carry pillion passengers if they do not have a rider's license. He made the disclosure while making a presentation on the state of crime in the parish at last week's meeting of the Westmoreland Municipal Corporation. We have launched a campaign because we see where two persons on motorcycles are causing the most danger to us, said Josephs. We will be seizing those motorcycles, and where persons have motorcycles that they cannot properly account for, we will not only be seizing the motorcycles, we will be charging you for unlawful possession of the property, so be aware we'll be coming at you, Josephs warned. In stressing the need for the campaign, the senior cop said that motorcycles present the most clearest and present danger to citizens in Westmoreland. We have been targeting them, especially those motorcycles that are traveling with two persons aboard, and we find that a lot of those motorcycles are not registered, he told the Westmoreland councillors. I want to use this opportunity to send out a clear message to motorcyclists out there. If you do not have a rider's license and you are traveling with a learner's license, you are not allowed to carry passengers on the motorcycle, and we will be coming out at you, Joseph stated. Cops moved to stop reprisals after late Don's brother killed. Every October 15 for the past 8 years, Don Harley would host a memorial fish fry on his late father's birthday. But last Saturday, as the 36-year-old prepared to host the event near his family home on Willow Drive in Cogburn Gardens, he was gunned down by attackers. Choose a fish fry, maybe him think them a customer, so him just walk out and them start shoot him. A relative who requested anonymity because of security fears told the news on Tuesday. The relative said that Harley was rushed to hospital where he died. No one else was injured in the shooting. Harley was the brother of alleged strongman Valbert Harley, otherwise called Waldy, who was killed 5 years ago while on his way home from court, where he was answering a murder charge. Waldy was described by police and others close to the underworld as the Don of all Dons, as he claimed the control of Kingston and St. Andrew. Senior Superintendent Kirk Ricketts, the commanding officer for St. Andrew South Division, said the police are currently investigating the killing of the younger brother, which they believe to be gang-related. In the meantime, he said the police have increased their presence in Cogburn Gardens to deter counterattacks. We believe that there will be attempts for reprisals and counter-reprisals, so we are trying our best to prevent those. The person who was killed is known to be associated with the Maho Drive group, he said. Don Harley's relative, however, said she is at a loss as to why the father of 5 would have been targeted. That tag they never depend him. That never pinned upon him at all, the relative said, countering allegations that Don Harley was a criminal Don. He was well known because of his brother Waldy. If him was the Don for the community, him wouldn't left himself careless for people come and fi just attack him. Him just there as a normal man a do him fish fry and a try to make him own bread, the relative added. The family member said that the community was still reeling from his killing, as the well-known community figure had celebrated his birthday 2 days earlier. Everybody in shock, everybody a help him cook. Who now clean up fish or clean up chicken? Everybody a try to do something cause that's how we live as one. So when we see that happen now, everybody just shake up. Everybody just shock and draw in a them shell, the relatives said. Residents of the community who spoke with the news also denied the claims that Harley was an area don. I just seen brother Waldy was the don. Him never known don. Him was a jovial person, a resident who withheld his name said. One resident noted how quiet the community had become, with only a few people outside as police cars were seen patrolling the area. The place deadish now, cause most of the time you would see some little boy a walk up and down on the road, he said. Drive-by can't go on, so everybody are going, another resident chimed in. The St. Andrew South Police Division has recorded 115 murders this year, 17 fewer compared to the corresponding period in 2021. Belnavis cleared of breaches in relation to car charging ports. Former St. Anne's Bay Mayor Michael Belnavis has been cleared of breaches in relation to the installation of a car charging port at the St. Anne Municipal Corporation building for his personal use. Following an investigation into the issue, the Integrity Commission had deemed the former mayor's actions inappropriate. The commission had also stated that the request amounted to an abuse of his office. 9 months after the commission's report, National Security Minister and the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Horace Chang, has confirmed that Mr. Belnavis has been cleared of any breaches. Dr. Chang's confirmation was outlined in a letter addressed to the municipality CEO Rovel Morris. Mr. Belnavis resigned as mayor in July 2020 as he faced the criticism for installing the charging port for his luxury vehicle without a prior authorization. He has repaid the installation cost of $78,226. Health Minister seeking to restart Jamaica Cuba Eye Care program. The Ministry of Health is seeking to have more Jamaicans benefit from services under the Jamaica Cuba Eye Care program. The program was halted during the COVID-19 pandemic, but speaking with the news on Tuesday morning, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton said that the ministry is seeking to restart the program. Dr. Tufton, who will be attending a health conference in Cuba this week, said he is hoping to advance a dialogue regarding to the program. Eye care is an underserved area, so whatever we can do to bolster it, we need to do, and this is one of the areas that the partnership with Cuba would have brought, he said. School principal and 3 others under investigation for illegal sale of government lands in Clifton. A school principal has been arrested and charged with the illegal sale of government lands in Clifton near Bernard Lodge in St. Catherine, police confirmed Tuesday night. The accused, identified by the police as Sulin Ward Brown, principal of a corporate area school, is charged with breaches of the Proceeds of Crime Act, Law Reform Fraudulent Transactions Special Provisions Act, and the Common Law Conspiracy to Defraud Act. Police said the accused will be brought before the court at the earliest possible date. At the same time, police said at least 3 other individuals of interest are under investigation in connection with the illegal Clifton land sale, which caused a firestorm earlier this month when 10 structures on the lands owned by the Sugar Corporation of Jamaica Holdings were demolished. Several, including members of the opposition People's National Party, had accused the Prime Minister Andrew Holness and his administration of being insensitive to the plight of the poor, but Holness told the Parliament last week that all the structures flattened which had been illegally constructed on lands reserved for development were all unfinished and that no one was living in any of them at the time of demolition. He pointed to one finished structure which was left standing because the SCJ wanted to ensure that no one had been living there. Holness, who had ordered a full investigation into the illegal land sale when he addressed the Parliament last Tuesday, said criminals were involved in the capturing and the sale of government-owned lands. In the case of Clifton, the notorious Klansman gang was fingered. It was alleged that a top-ranking member of the Klansman gang was involved in transactions for the properties with people desperate to own their own houses. Reports are that the sale of lands and the construction went ahead despite the notices posted on the property. The notices were served on March 12, and we have pictures of the notices being posted. The people were warned that all permanent structures and other structures remaining on the property after this notice would be demolished, so it is unfair to say the government acted unfair. Almost 7 months later, a government source told the news last week. Holness told the Parliament that the National Security Council is reviewing the development plan, had observed an insidious and growing threat in the area, where alleged gangsters were capturing lands in the area joining the Clifton community, creating their own informal subdivision, and selling the lands under the false pretext of ownership or building on it themselves. He told the House that had the situation been allowed to continue, it could have led to a massive land grab in the area, displaced the farmers, and presented a threat to the sovereignty of the state. I could never allow that, Holness declared. Look here, I've been Prime Minister 3 times already. I don't want to leave a legacy where this country descends into disorder and lawlessness, he said, referring to scrutiny about the demolition, resulting in a possible political sacrifice on his part. The Prime Minister, however, indicated that SCJ Holdings was willing to offer support to people who had been building on the reserve lands, but stressed that this would only be offered if these individuals approached the government with clean hands by providing information as to how they came into possession of the lands on which they were building. There is a process that will be applied to them. Firstly, they must come and identify themselves to us. Come to the SCJ, come with clean hands. You have to tell us how this happened. In the process of regularizing this situation, if that is going to happen, we have to understand how it happened. Come to us and reason with us, and we will try and work out a solution. Bring your papers and come to us, Holness stated, adding that he could not disclose the nature of the support that would be offered. The PNP, in addition to chiding the government for the removal of the illegal structures from state-owned lands, promised to assist the people who had built illegally on the Clifton lands with legal fees to take action against the government. According to the PNP, the action of the government represented a blatant disregard for the tenets of the United Nations Convention on Human Rights and the supporting international conventions to which Jamaica is a party. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.